Okay, welcome back, guys. As I said in my last video when we did the flip through of the Color Me Stress Free book, that I have a lot of more coloring videos to show you to kind of do flip throughs, reviews on, and then if there are any coloring books or specific books that you'd like for me to get, that you'd like for me to review, please list those below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see what you guys are coloring in. I think sharing the community of coloring is a wonderful thing, and so I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see what you guys are coloring, what books you guys are using. So leave me a comment below if that's something that you guys are interested in doing. I have kind of a different one that I picked up the other day. I have one of her coloring books, Millie Murata's, I think is how you say her name. I have one of her coloring books. I actually think that I might have this specific one, the Animal Kingdom. But I saw this at the store the other day, and I just thought it was so cool I had to pick it up. So this one specifically is 50 postcards. So it's not a book, but it's the coloring pages. So if you open it up, you can see that each of these are 50 individual pictures, and you get a nice box to store them in. So I plan on showing you guys these, and I loved that it was a postcard. And I got these mainly for one of many reasons, is to use my watercolors in them. You already know that a postcard is going to be thicker than a typical piece of coloring book paper. So I'm thinking that these will be really good, and it's set up just like a postcard, so you can color it, paint it, whatever. You can do whatever you like to do to the front, and then you can send it off to your friend, relative, or whoever you'd like to send your postcard to. But one of the main reasons why I bought these is to use my watercolors on them because of the thicker paper. And I really loved that it's the images that are in her Animal Kingdom coloring book that I have loved. I am currently working my way through that coloring book, and so I wanted to pick these up. I wanted to show you if this is something that you guys are interested in picking up. I wanted to show you what's included in these. This one specifically was $14.95, and again, you get 50 postcards, like 50 postcards of thicker paper, and so it was a done deal when I saw what a good deal that was. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to flip through these real quick. I'm going to show you what's included in this specific set. So we've got a really cool bird. I cannot wait to color those feathers. And another thing that I liked about this, I'll show you real quick. It has a ribbon in the bottom so that you don't have to worry about bending the edges of the paper when you're trying to get these out. You can just lift the ribbon and it pops them all out. So that's another cool little thing that I like that they included in the box. A cool fish, chameleon. I mean, these are just so detailed. Think about how cool these are. I mean, you can use your watercolor markers, you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils, you can use, your watercolors, you can use water brushes, you can use just about anything that you want in and on these postcards to create whatever it is that you want to create. In the Animal Kingdom set that I have here, there's just such detailed pictures that I'm so excited to use my watercolors on these specifically, again, because I loved the thickness of the cardstock that they used. I don't know what kind of paper it is. All I know is that it's thicker, so I will have to see how watercolor does on this. Obviously, if you use a light wash of watercolor, and maybe you do a light wash of watercolor and you let that dry, and then you can go back over the top of it once it's dry with your with your colored pencils, or maybe your watercolor pencils for a different type of media to try and to use. You can again, I highly suggest using all types of things. Obviously, I know some people are so afraid to use different types of things in their coloring books because they're afraid they're going to ruin it. But you guys, I highly suggest trying it if it's something that you're interested in, because guess what? If you mess up, they make more. They have more books for sale, and that's something that I've come to realize myself, because I too used to be like, well, I don't want to mess it up, so I'm not going to use it in there. And so I've kind of gotten myself out of that little box and realized that, hey, if I mess up, then I've either learned from my mistake, or maybe I had fun making a big fat oops in my coloring book. And if it is an oops, then I've learned from it. I can move on and maybe try something else on the next page. So it's not a big deal, guys, if you mess up. I know that like these are perfect size for me to frame in like a 4x6 frame, which I think will be really cool to, once I finish coloring these. I'm not going to use them specifically for postcards to send, but what I'm going to use them for is for decorations around my house, like a hand colored or a watercolored piece of art that I've done myself, that I've colored myself, that I've painted myself. Put it in a 4x6 frame that you like and hang it on your wall. Hang it on like these are specifically going in my studio, someplace where I have lots of my own art that I'm really proud of, that I like. And so I have kind of an eclectic version of my art down in my studio, because I love to do lots of different things. I love coloring, I love painting, I love scrapbooking, I love collaging. And so all of those things together, when I have them on the wall or on my shelves or whatever, it looks so cool. It really looks like you know, you've personalized your space, and I really think that's important so that you can feel inspired. You can feel inspired to create, inspired to paint, inspired to do whatever it is that you like to do. So I'm nearing the end of this stack of the 50 postcards, and you can see how detailed each and every single one of these drawings and patterns are. I mean, look at the detail on that. I simply cannot wait to start these. If you guys would like for me to do a tutorial on how I'm going to color these, how I'm going to paint these, I'd be happy to do so. Just leave me a comment below if that's something that you're interested in me doing. I would love to do that for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on your screen. Leave me a comment below with any questions or concerns, or again, I ask that if you guys are coloring along with me, post links to coloring books that you guys are using so that I can check them out. Maybe it's something I haven't heard or seen of. So I'd love to hear from you. I will be back shortly again with another watercolor, or not a watercolor, but another coloring book review for you guys. So stay tuned for that if that's something that you're interested in. In the meantime, I will see you in the next video. Bye.